Let me know, Sunil bhai, when you're ready.
Yes, we can start.
Let me share the PowerPoint. Morning, Jai Jinendra, everyone.
Jai
Uh,
Jai Jai everybody.
Jinendra bhai is here. Very good. Okay. Uh, so what I want to do is, Jinendra bhai probably covered all the background, but I just want to give from a layman perspective to lay the groundwork for yoga postures for various GI disorders. So, let's just, gratitude, Gratitude, and continuing forward to be safe. Don't do anything that would get you injured, and it's not a replacement for your medical professional advice. IBS is the first disorder that we're going to look at. You probably already know about it, what it is. Uh, it's the disorder of the large intestine, and the various causes for this. One is the communication between the brain and the gut is glitchy. That's the root cause. When it's glitchy, what it means could be hypersensitive. So the nerves in the gut are overly sensitive, and even a small amount of normal gas or standard meal may not bother anyone, but somebody who is suffering from IBS start creating pain, cramping. So that's hypersensitivity of the nerves in the gut. The brain may send signals to the gut to speed up or slow down, too aggressively for the to process the food. The abnormal peristalsis, so the food can move through the digestive tract, food, liquid, waste, this the wave-like muscle contractions. It could be too fast, creating diarrhea. It could be too slow, creating constipation. And in terms of stomach flu or food poisoning, um, even after the incidence is over, uh, the, the the immune system, the gut remains on high alert, leading to chronic inflammation and sensitivity. Um, so there are a lot of reasons for it, highlighting some. The ratio of good to bad bacteria is off. Um, while not an allergy, but some food may trigger the um, the IBS conditions. The food can end up in colon, such as the when the small intestine has trouble absorbing garlic, onion, beans, where they ferment and cause gas and pain. And of course, the genetics, early life stress also uh, could be creating this condition. Women are more likely to have, twice more likely to have IBS than men because of the hormonal changes. And some of the signs and symptoms include cramping, abdominal pain, bloating, gas, diarrhea, constipation, or both. Let's take a look at the pictorially. It's a large intestine disorder, and you see from the symptoms part, it could be abdominal pain, gas, disorder, diarrhea, constipation, or mucus in the stool. And you see the colon where it is abdominal contraction on the right hand side where my arrow is. Uh, and the various causes just went through, uh, you know, the good versus bad bacteria, inflammation, infection, uh, contractions in the intestine. So let's see what postures can help with this. Lower the cortisol level, right? Uh, Certain postures we select that will help lower, thereby avoiding any flare-ups, digestive flare-ups. relaxation and breathing to reduce the anxiety and stress, diaphragmatic breathing, thereby they physically massage the intestines, and gentle back bends, so putting pressure on abdominal organs, then mild forward bends, uh, reducing the abdominal tension. So back bend, creating a pressure, forward bend, relaxing, reducing. And gentle poses to compress and release the abdomen, which may improve the motility, the movement through the digestive tract and digestion. So we select poses based on which will help achieve these various changes in the abdominal area. And of course, you know, in the brain that has so doing relaxation. When relieving, for example, uh, to release any trapped gas and massaging the colon in the large intestine, right? You're using both the when you bend both the legs, you're massaging the whole intestinal area. The supine spinal twist, Supta Matsyendrasana, it stimulates the digestive tract, eases bloating. Cat cow stretch. If you notice, the cat cow has been there for almost all ailments. It massages the abdominal organs in this particular application, this particular use. Sphinx pose. It's a cobra with the lower arm on the ground. It stretches the abdomen, which can help if feeling cramped up. Malasana. Remember, when we were younger in India, that's how we used to use the toilet in olden days, squatting position, right? It helps move the waste to the descending colon. Very grounding pose. Thunderbolt, Vajrasana, it helps in digestion. It redirects the blood flow to the stomach and intestines to process the food very efficiently. And this rapid pose, it's similar to child pose, but the hands are stretched. It's a powerful pose to trigger the parasympathetic nervous system. And then when that area is relaxed, then any trapped gas gets released. So these are the different poses. If you look at it, we are quite familiar with it. Again, the head could be on the ground. You need no need to strain. A supine twist, Supta Matsyendrasana. The hands could be in line or could be under the head, I guess, to support the head, or the palms could be facing up laterally like this, palms facing up and the back of the hand on the ground. Supine twist, you move the legs to the right side and you're facing on the left, and legs to the left side, you're looking over to the right. So creating a stretch as well. The cat-cow pose. And here at this point in this course, you are quite familiar with all these postures. This is more of the application of the different poses, how it can help in any of these various ailments. Asana. Then you're looking at this Salamba Bhujangasana. It's a gentle, milder version of Cobra because we don't want to irritate more the abdominal area. So this is good. This is supported, helps in stretching as well. This is what the garland poses, Malasana. You put a block that gives you a little bit of height. The block comes to rescue for so many poses. And you could select, lower height, medium height, depends on how open your hips are. Then the Vajrasana. Vajrasana, you're seated on the heel. If suffering from any knee issues, perhaps you could put a pillow under the heels, right? So try to use the props to see how you can come as close to the pose as possible. This is the Shashankasana, rapid pose. You see, very similar to child pose, but the arms are stretched completely. And you're engaging your both the hands. And they are not just limp and falling on the ground. They are stretched, and you're holding some tension there as well. But this is to activate the parasympathetic nervous system because heart is lower, doesn't need to work that hard. Your breathing will be slower as well. So those are the series of postures for IBS. What are the tips? What are the do's and don'ts? Don't do the core poses. For example, I talked about cobra or boat pose or planks. Don't do that. It will create more tension in all the sensitive gut. And twist from the middle of your back rather than forcing it from the low belly, right? Which means that you may not be able to stretch like somebody who doesn't have the condition. But here we are trying to work with the ailment. So even a gentle twist is good. And that's why we are trying to do lying down, you see, giving more support. Lying on your left-hand side or in Savasana or a fetal position can help gravity, movement of food through the digestive system. And try to be cognizant of this, which is wait for some while before doing yoga. That's why, you might have had a meal now or some time back. That's why I don't encourage us to have practice yoga postures now in the evening, but this is to share the information um, so that in the next class, when we meet next, we could review these poses. We could actually do the poses together. So that was the IBS. Moving on to constipation, peristalsis, which is, series of, as we saw earlier, series of wave-like muscle contraction that move the food, liquid or waste through the digestive tract. So it slows down that whole process. When it moves so slowly, the colon absorbs too much water, leaving the stool hard, dry, and difficult to pass. And causes fall into various, some of these, one of the three categories: the lifestyle, physical or biological, or ignoring the signal. Low water, not drinking enough water, low fiber, whereby stool becomes too hard or dry to move. Certain medication slows the speed so that the food stays in the digestive tract much longer. Stress, so many issues it creates, and this is stress. Not only it shows up in the body, but shows up in our lot of gut issues. It diverts energy from the digestive system, and where it's required after meal, for example, but it goes elsewhere, and food stays longer. And the gut becomes lazy without any physical stimulation if you're not moving, sedentary lifestyle. Here is a simple diagram where the hard poop is stuck in the colon area, not able to pass. How does the yoga help? It twists to wring out the colon and compresses to physically stimulate the movement of waste. Right? Basically, speed up the peristalsis. Since the large intestine moves upward on the right side and downward on the left, it's always helpful to start these poses on the right side first so that we're following the path of digestion. So these are some of the things that we keep in mind. And here are the list of poses, not too different, but there are some new poses. For example, here we have Ardha Matsyendra. It's a deep seated twist to basically stimulate the liver and kidneys. It targets the lower abdominal as well. Because remember, it's It's a large intestine issue, and we are trying to see how to move the food that is stuck in the colon. The abdominal stretch, Uddara Krishnasana, which basically is a new pose where you start on the right hand side, and it helps you apply the pressure on the right side, helping push the waste and gas along to the digestive tract. Always start this pose on the right and move to the left, and I'll show you a diagram of that. And different kriyas, heat producing kriyas, using breathing as well as different movements to create heat and internal suction. So let's look at what these different kriyas are as well. We are familiar with this wind relieving pose, supine twist, Supta Matsyendrasana, cobra. Again, the hips are on the ground. This is here, which is not supported because we are trying the poop to pass out. So gravity, without using a block, gravity will try to pull it down. Ardha Matsyendrasana, multiple variations you have here, creating the hole in the lower abdominal, the liver, kidneys area, trying to create twist. This is the abdominal twist, Uddara Krishnasana. And I can demonstrate this. Basically, what we are trying to do is start on the right hand side. See, the right leg is vertical. It's pressing against my right abdominal area, and I hold it with my left hand, bringing the leg towards the left, right leg towards the left. I look over to the right side, creating a pressure on the right abdominal side, on the large intestine side, on the right side. And then I switch. Left leg is on the top, and now I'm going to pull with my right hand and look over to the left side, pressuring the left side of the intestine, and look over to the left. You could create it dynamically as well. You could create dynamically. Yeah, this movement could be dynamic, or you could break it down and do it one leg at a time. It could be a flow. It could be one leg at a time. Okay. Abdominal twist. Let's look at the different stomach exercises. You probably, I'm not sure whether you may be familiar with this. We are basically putting both our hands on the waist.
Ramesh Bhai, just one suggestion. Okay, whenever you show the pose, can stop sharing the screen so at least we have a full pose, because otherwise it will be just on a very side doing a small section. So.
Okay.
Okay, stop sharing, and then after you share it. Okay, stop sharing. Whenever you're showing a pose, you can just stop sharing so at least we can see how you do it.
Perfect. So let's just read it out, and then I'll demonstrate it. Yeah?
Sure.
So with head straight, eyes fixed. Okay, we are not bending anywhere right now, and we move the stomach area, breathe out rapidly. Right. The other part is we fix the palms on the waist and fingers in the back, and then we bend, and then breathe out rapidly, and then do within 90 degrees. So let's just try to do that. Abdominal twist, just want to make sure that we are able to see me. I have right leg up, I hold with my left leg outside the right thigh and look over, squeezing my right intestine on the right side. Change. Left leg is vertical. Hold with my right hand. Pull the left leg towards the right, squeezing on the left intestine and looking over to your left side. The stomach exercises, just standing straight and then breathing in and out rapidly. And then we go ahead and bend 30 degrees and we rapidly breathe, creating movement, and then go to the 90 degrees and do the same. So different exercises. The further thing is now Agnisar. Agnisar is very powerful to create the heat. You bend, exhale, hold the breath, and then you move your stomach in and out. Hold the breath and move it out for 15 seconds, 30 seconds, what you're comfortable. The more you do it, the more you can feel the area just become hotter. Okay. For constipation, that's good, but not for IBS. For IBS, we don't want to do this because IBS is already irritated. But constipation, we want to create the heat so the waste food can come out. Let me share. So we did this, demonstrate this. Agnisar, here you see in the diagram. We basically exhale, retain, bend 30 degrees, exhale, retain, and then move the abdomen. And then same thing we repeated with the 90 degrees. Becomes more intense. So moving on to GERD, acid reflux. What is GERD? Think of GERD as a mechanical failure of the door between the esophagus and stomach. Esophagus is the canal. It's bottom of our throat. The lower esophageal sphincter, LES, becomes weak or relaxes at the wrong time. When it relaxes or stays open, the acid from the stomach comes up, which is incredibly corrosive, leaking into the sensitive lining of the esophagus, irritating it, inflaming the esophagus. What are the causes? So different categories. Structural cause is physically compromised, like herniated. Substances such as caffeine, nicotine, tells the wall to stay open. Many common medication can either relax the LES or irritate the esophageal lining. External weight or large meals could force the acid upward. Certain foods, high fat, fried food, chocolate, onion, garlic, and spicy foods could do this. And gravity right after food, lying down, where the acid now starts coming up. Basically eliminating the natural flow of the acid to lower part of the body. Now it starts flowing up because it has not had enough time for the acid to get to work on digesting the food. Here is diagrammatically, and I select poses that I can understand. I think it's a lot more complicated than this, but for our purpose to select the postures, you see on the left-hand side, the sphincter is closed, but when the sphincter is relaxed, it stays open, so the acid comes up. Okay. Here is another perspective. This is the esophagus coming from the mouth to the stomach, and normally it is closed. It's normal lining of the esophagus, no irritation, no inflammation. Here the acid sphincter is open, LES is open, so the acid comes up and starts irritating the lining, esophagus lining, and it doesn't stay closed, so the acid keeps coming out. How does yoga help? Our goal is to keep the LES wall closed while stretching the diaphragm. We focus on vertical expansion and cooling poses. Tadasana, for example, when you say vertical, immediately say, okay, Tadasana is a good pose. We can start with that. Allows the gravity to, stretching the whole body, esophagus also getting stretched. As it goes down, because of the gravity, it's going to get pulled down. Utkatasana, chair pose, without creating direct pressure. Again, we are trying to be straight without to build the strength in that area. Sometimes, as we said, structurally it could be the weak area. We are using the chair pose to create the strength. Again, if you look at it, Sphinx pose is such a common theme coming through all different GI disorders. Fantastic pose. It elongates the esophagus, opens the chest. Warrior 1, Vajrasana. It stretches the psoas muscle and creating space for the stomach. Stretches the psoas and abdominal vertically. And we'll look at it, how it does that. And of course, elevated savasana. The head must be above the heart to prevent in the nighttime when you're sleeping, to prevent the acid coming out. Like we just had me. Okay. Tadasana. Yeah, stretching here, the focus is stretching. Of course, engaging your core muscles, engaging your quads to maintain the posture longer. This is the Utkatasana, still vertical, your torso is still straight. It is not facing down, creating strength. Sphinx pose here. We have gone through, we have seen that. Here is the Virabhadrasana, where the sorry about that. The psoas muscles get also stretched. And I was curious, where is this muscle? And I'll show you that once we cover this particular pose. And elevated shavasana, having a pillow, so the head is higher than the heart. And I wanted to show you where the psoas muscle is, because I was not clear. Then here, this helps me. So these two muscles on the right side, one on each side, they are deep core muscles located behind the abdominal organs. The hip flexor that is known. It's useful when we are lifting the leg, when stabilizing the spine, we are walking, when flexing the torso. And this is the fight or flight muscle that gets engaged. Very important, and definitely for when you are working with the acid reflex. So going back to the pose, the warrior 1, it definitely works in stretching it and creating more space for the stomach. It stretches the psoas muscle and abdominal vertex, creating space for the stomach. Let's take a look at the postures. We have gone through that. So what are some of the precautions for the acid reflux? No inversion up, no shoulder stands, headstand, or downward dog. Having hips above head is an open invitation for the stomach acid to move into the esophagus. Let's think about that, right? It makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Forward folds, keep your back flat when you're doing, let's say, forward bend. You don't have to go all the way down, but even a little bit so that your back is flat rather than your head hanging loose. When resting on a fetal position, always lie on a left side. So the lying on the left keeps the gastric juices below the level of esophagus, right? We saw it's a descending. Timing, of course, wait for some time, 2-3 hours before the meal, before doing any asanas. Ideally, do it before, but if your schedule doesn't permit before, then do it after, but there needs to be a big gap. So here's the summary. IBS, we want to calm the gut-brain axis through the slow and rhythmic movement. Avoid heavy core crunching, planks, and things of that nature. And focus on long, slow exhale to calm the brain, to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. In the constipation, we use the twisting and the lateral movements to stimulate peristalsis, and always cue the right side first during the twist or the knee hugs. So we did the postures, we saw the knee hug. The diagram shows only both the legs, but you could start with the right leg, bend the right leg, hug the knee, stay for a few seconds, straighten it to the left leg. That is the flow of food that is going to go through from the right to the left because it's descending. And the precaution, always make sure in GERD, maintaining a high head to prevent acid backup. And skip full inversions. So these are the three main areas of the GI disorders. There are a lot of commonality of poses between IBS and constipation. GERD, be avoiding, we're trying to stay more vertical. Okay. Any questions? I'm just reviewing it. This is for the GERD, more vertical poses. Then if you go back to constipation, we are trying to create heat, right? Bhujangasana is allowed, recommended. Abdominal stretch is a recommended pose. Different heat producing kriyas, agnisar, and moving the stomach rapidly in and out, create the heat. Then looking at the IBS, where we are trying to calm as well, to move the trap gas out, and giving more blood flow to oxygen to stomach area to process the food efficiently, so that such as thunderbolt. So if you have the major themes understood for each ailment, then you will be able to say, okay, these poses may be suitable for this particular ailment. Okay, that's why I try to give the background so that you may think of a pose. But here, this is what I recommend based on the Jayashrie's research and the research that I came across. Any other question?
the Salamba Bhujangasana, Ramesh.
Ah,
I missed that one. I joined a few minutes late. I'm very sorry.
it's the cobra pose where the lower arm is on the ground. Let me share it with you.
Is it the Sphinx pose?
Yes, yes,
Oh, it's the same. Okay. Yeah, okay.
yes. Let's see. Here is the one.
Okay. The elbows are on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this is for the IBS, we don't want to create more heat, more irritation.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a little bit modified, right? Even here we are doing Supta spinal twist. Yeah. So you see the theme running here.
Yeah.
We want to not create too much strain on the abdominal area, but also relax it. So this is for gas relieving. This is for massaging and stretching, relaxing, stretching, and this is supported pose. And of course, the thunderbolt. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Anything, any question? I know I zoomed through because you're already familiar with most of the poses. We had some new poses, abdominal stretch, stomach kriyas to produce the heat. So those are the, so if you understand the concept, why we are deploying, that is the focus. Postures, you already know it. And then you focus on a little bit of modification as well, that we are going to sometimes do supported, sometimes not do fully. Forward bend could be not coming, the head is down and creating more acid reflux issues. You're just creating the stretch so that you're massaging as well. Any questions, comments, thoughts you'd like to share? That's all the presentation I had.
Are we going to do some practice poses or?
I don't know if you're ready to do now after food. I would, we could, I showed you any new poses I demonstrated. So let us do these postures on a Saturday session.
Okay.
Because
No
I don't want us to be doing yoga
Mm-hmm.
after food. So I don't know. That's what I have. Ramesh, somebody, anything you want to add?
Ramesh bhai, what's the justification for the left side rule?
If you look at the presentation, the food travels, the right side intestine is higher than the lower side. The food travels going down.
Okay.
So we start compressing on the right side and then go to the left side.
Okay.
So Ramesh bhai, usually what is the ideal time for doing this exercise after taking a food?
They said that in 2 to 3 hours.
Okay.
You want all the energy to go towards digesting the food, the blood to go digest the food, and not doing these different postures. So I'm trying to just do the first step in GI where we had talked about it, and I don't want to do right after food. People might have had just their dinner just now, so
Maybe
or
morning time.
Morning time, right?
So water is
Okay.
fine, right? Means even in the morning time, if the people have water or tea, that's fine, right? Or they can avoid it. Or what is your suggestion?
No, I mean, liquid is fine. but there's no food, so that way your acid is not going to come up again. I mean, it's food time, the body has produced acid, and now you're, instead of using that acid to digest, you're pushing it up, creating more issues. For example, in the GERD acid reflux case.
To Ayurveda, in the morning you have to eat like the king, and in afternoon you have to it is said like the normal person, and in the evening you have to eat like the beggar. It means you have
Like
to
a
take very
pauper,
little
yeah,
bit.
correct,
Yes.
correct.
We do just the opposite.
Yes. So in the morning, we since at night we have already acidity in our stomach. So if we eat, we take heavy breakfast, that is good for health.
Yeah, there's no time in the morning, Samiji.
Yes. So according to Ayurveda, if we are healthy, okay, those people who have some health issues, they have to see their condition. So thank you, Ramesh, for taking wonderful session.
Thank you.
Yes. So you are also practicing the yoga every day?
Today we are not going to do Vandami because people might have had dinner.
Okay. Okay.
So I don't want to. Just now we said we don't want to do after dinner, and right away we practice. It's going again.
Yes.
But we'll do it in our session on the Saturday. Unless you'd
Okay.
like me to do it, I can do it. I'm okay. I don't have any restriction.
Okay. So tomorrow is Saturday. Saturday you might have no class, is it?
I don't. I think you have in person, I believe.
Yes.
Tomorrow's in person, Swamiji.
Yes, tomorrow is in person. Okay, so thank you very much,
8 o'clock tomorrow
Ramesh.
morning, everybody. 8 o'clock in person.
Yes.
Thank you, Ramesh. Bye.
Thank you. Good
Jai Shri.
night. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so today the participants are lesser in the number, but we have to practice meditation. We have enough time. So we have practiced yesterday on the psychic centers, especially on center of what we say bioelectricity. So we will practice the same today also, and we will also take the another center, which is Swadhisthana Chakra or Swasthya Kendra, Center of Health. Okay. So sit in a comfortable posture. And now keep your backbone and neck in a straight line. Keep both the hands in the posture of knowledge. On the knees, facing upward sky. Close your eyes softly. With 5 Om sounds, we will start our meditation. Om. Om. Or relax. Relax your entire body, mind, and vocal cord. Make the resolution. I am practicing Praksha meditation for the purification of my psyche. I am practicing Praksha meditation for the purification of my psyche. I am practicing Praksha meditation for the purification of my psyche. The aim of meditation is to know yourself through yourself. The first step of meditation is relaxation with full awareness. Relax your entire body from the big toe of the right foot to the top of the head. See each and every organ. Experience sensations and vibrations of the organs. Give suggestion to be relaxed. Relax. See the entire right foot from toe to hip joints. Left foot from toe to hip joints. Experience. They are getting completely relaxed. Now concentrate on the lower abdomen, upper abdomen, pancreas, liver, gallbladder, kidneys, stomach, trachea, food canal, lungs, ribs, heart, up to the collarbones, and the entire back side. The spinal cord, the backbone from bottom to top, the muscle of the back. Give suggestion to be relaxed. Relax. Relax. Now feel complete relaxation. up to the collarbones. Now concentrate on both the hands, from thumb to the shoulder. See the entire right hand, the left hand. Give suggestion to be relaxed. Relax. Relax. Now feel complete relaxation in both the hands. Concentrate inside the throat. See the entire throat. Thyroid, parathyroid. Metabolism. Vocal cord. See each and every part. Give suggestion to be relaxed. Relax. Relax. Now concentrate on each of the facial organs. Starting from chin up to the forehead. See each and every organ. Give suggestion to be relaxed. Relax. Relax. Now concentrate on the brain, right hemisphere, left hemisphere, brain stem. See each and every neurons, neural connections, functions. Give suggestion to be relaxed. Relax. Relax. Now feel complete relaxation throughout the body, from head to toe and toe to head. The whole body has become completely relaxed. Now concentrate on the navel, the center of bioelectricity, Tejas Kendra or Manipur Chakra. Feel the vibration of the center. Spread the beam of your consciousness from front to the back portion of the backbone in the straight line. See the entire passage from front to back. The center is located in your backbone. Concentrate on it and feel the vibration, the energy of the center. Now visualize the rising sun or Ram mantra in that color. To awaken the power of center. You can imagine rising sun. The bright orange light is emitting from the center and spreading in that area. Removing all the toxins, inflammation, disorders, GI, the entire GI system is getting cured. Visualize bright orange light or the light of the sun, rising sun, in the center and nearby the area and the surrounding. The whole gut system, GI system is getting completely cured. All the toxins are getting away. Now concentrate 4 fingers below on the center of health. Swasthya Kendra, Swadhisthana Chakra. Spread the beam of your consciousness from the front to the back in the straight line. And experience the vibrations of the center located in your backbone. You can imagine in the crystal white color the Yam mantra, Vam mantra, V-A-M, Vam. See in crystal white color. The mantra is written in crystal white color. The entire area is being covered or filled with white crystal light. From navel to anus, the whole area is getting cured. See the entire area. From navel to anus. There is bright crystal white light spreading in the area. All the toxins, disorders, inflammation are getting away. The whole system is completely cured, normal, and properly functional. Visualize yourself completely healthy. Your gut system, GI system is completely cured by the power of the mantras and the chakras. Visualize Vam mantra spreading white, bright crystal light. Removing all infections, toxins. Now with 2 Om sounds, we will conclude our meditation. Om. Om. Rub both the hands, put them on the eyes, and open your eyes gently. So, Swasthya Kendra.
It's very good, Swamiji.
How was Suril? Suril has done meditation. How was meditation, Suril?
Meditation was good, but yeah, it felt on the sleep side. So.
Yes, now this is the time we are proceeding towards the final exam. So we must know all the meditation techniques, okay?
Mhm.
So sometimes some things are not given in the textbook, but I'm adding according to the need of the physical health.
Mhm.
Okay, so thank you very much. So tomorrow is in-person classes from 8 to 12, and from 8 to 10, I will take first 2 hours, and the next 2 hours, Anuja will take.
Thank you. Vandami Namasami
Okay,
Swamiji.
thank
Good
you.
day.
Naman Swami Swamiji.
So,
Yes.
Madam,
Jai Jai Hind. Good night.